UPS has an emergency response plan that deals with emergencies such as fires, earthquakes, tornadoes, floods, hurricanes, gas leaks, or hazardous material spills. It's important to know what to do and where to go ahead of time. Some emergencies require evacuation and some don't. So it's imperative that a plan is in place if an emergency were to occur. Here's what you need to know in case of an emergency requiring an evacuation. Know what the evacuation alarm sounds like. Know where the facility evacuation map is posted and how to exit the facility and where to assemble. Walk calmly to your assembly point and check in with your supervisor.
If you are an assigned buddy, make sure the hard of hearing or physically challenged are assisted to the assembly point.
Supervisors will account for employees in their respective work areas. Do not re-enter the facility until after the all-clear signal is given. Your supervisor will demonstrate what the emergency evacuation alarm sounds like in your facility and will also review your work area's assembly point.
If you see a package with a Class 1 explosive warning label from subdivisions 1.1 or 1.2 on it in the facility, notify your supervisor immediately. The facility must be evacuated and emergency response personnel notified. 1.4S is accepted in the UPS system. We would not evacuate for this hazard label.
For emergencies not requiring evacuation, such as a tornado or an earthquake, there are different steps to follow. Know the method of communication for such emergencies, which is generally by word of mouth. Know locations of safe refuge noted on the facility map and where the map is posted. For earthquake-prone areas, the procedure would be to duck, cover, and hold.
If you are an assigned buddy, make sure the hard of hearing or physically challenged are assisted to the safe area of refuge.
Drivers out on area encountering these types of emergencies should follow these steps.
For tornadoes, if you're with your package car in open country, move away from the tornado's path at right angles. If there isn't enough time to move into a shelter or avoid the storm, pull your vehicle to the side of the road, turn your hazard flashers on, get out and away from the vehicle as far as possible, and lie flat in a ditch, ravine, or culvert. Do not stay with your vehicle. For earthquakes, pull your vehicle to the side of the road as far as possible from buildings and utility wires and turn your hazard flashers on. Do not move the vehicle until it is safe to move again. If you're an air ramp employee working at a gateway, follow these guidelines in the event of severe weather. A pre-alert will be given by radio or word of mouth when severe weather is within 10 miles or 20 minutes of the gateway to alert employees of a possible evacuation. A primary alert will be given when severe weather is within 6 miles or 10 minutes of the gateway. All load-unload equipment should be removed from the aircraft and maintenance should secure all doors on the aircraft. Fueling operations should be discontinued. An operation ban will be issued when severe weather is within 3 miles or 5 minutes of the gateway. All employees will be instructed to seek shelter to a secure area by word of mouth or radio until the ban is cleared. Every gateway has developed a site-specific emergency response plan that will be reviewed with you on an annual basis.
The emergency response plan also includes emergency contact phone numbers for medical professionals in the case of an employee injury. If you are injured, notify your supervisor immediately. Your supervisor will assist you with completing an injury report. UPS provides a self-administered first aid cabinet for minor medical incidents. In this module, we covered emergency preparedness. Let's recap some of the important points. For an emergency that requires an evacuation, know what the evacuation alarm sounds like. Know where the evacuation map is, how to exit, and where to assemble.
Walk calmly to your assembly point and check in with your supervisor. If you are an assigned buddy, make sure the hard of hearing or physically challenged are assisted to the assembly point. Do not re-enter the facility until after the all-clear signal.
For emergencies that do not require evacuation, know the method of communication, which is generally by word of mouth. Know the locations of safe refuge and where the map is posted.